Anybody here? I sent out some invites to see if anybody shows up. Sorry, you missed the chat last week. Worst streamer ever. We're going to stream the State of the Union address for you guys. And give a little bit of commentary here. I was already looking at the side chat on the video that we're watching. Look how much fucking squiggly line gobbledygook fucking muzzy talk there is. And I copy pasted one of them, and it was like someone from Iran who was like, "Oh, everyone from Iran." They turned on their internet again so they could fucking come on our live streams during President Trump's address to fuck with him. Is that what happened? Oh, damn. Anonymous. Tomorrow is my last radiation treatment. Congratulations, sir. That's badass. I'm glad that you're done with that. I didn't know you were dealing with that. I'm sorry. Holy shit. But I'm glad that you're doing your last one tomorrow. Very good. And something a lot of us probably are going to have to deal with at some point in our lives, I bet, with all the fucking glyphosate and microplastics and bullshit in our environments that we deal with on a regular basis, man. It's sad. But I'm glad you're doing better. What's up, Randy Butternubs? Johnny Johnson. How you guys doing? It's funny what a visceral response so many people have from seeing Trump. There's so many people who hate him and so many people who love him. What a polarizing figure. Did I not send out links to the right people? I send out links. People just don't like me. I get it. That's fine. Sometimes I don't like me either. Yep, avoiding the plastics is impossible. I mean, do what you can, but they were testing mountain spring water at its source and found plastic in the mountain spring water coming out of the hillside. All right, I don't need all these bullshit comments on the side.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the President of the United States.
All right, now they do the thing where, like, if Trump's smart, which he is, he's going to point out a bunch of things that are wins that Democrats were against, that the American people are for, that have happened in the last year.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really
So the Democrats sit there
an
like
honor.
idiots.
Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States.
I'm also cooking dinner right now, so I'm going to be kind of back and forth. I'm sorry. Dude, Barron's like 7 feet tall.
Second Lady of the United States.
That old guy almost got knocked over.
Members of Congress and my fellow Americans, our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
I don't know about that quite yet, buddy. I think you still got some work to do.
Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence.
Oh, I'll be right back.
This July 4th, we will mark 2.5 centuries of liberty and triumph, progress and freedom in the most incredible and exceptional nation ever to exist on the face of the earth. And you've seen nothing yet. We're going to do better and better and better. This is the golden age of America. When I last spoke in this chamber 12 months ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation at record levels, a wide open border, horrendous recruitment for military and police, rampant crime at home, and wars and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with dignity and pride that we have achieved a transformation like no one has ever seen before, and a turnaround for the ages. It is indeed a turnaround for the ages.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure. Thank you. Today, our border is secure. Our spirit is restored. Inflation is plummeting. Incomes are rising fast. The roaring economy is roaring like never before. And our enemies are scared. Our military and police are stacked. And America is respected again, perhaps like never before.
We should talk about the fentanyl deaths for sure. Because if you look at the statistics there, under Biden, they were over 100,000 averaged in 4 years, all 4 years. And now they're down like 40%.
After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far. In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens have been admitted to the United States.
That's good. That's what we voted for. It's part of what we voted for. Trip, Ohio.
But we will always allow people to come in legally, people that will love our country and will work hard to maintain our country. The flow of deadly fentanyl across our border is down by a record 56% in 1 year.
Not enough, but a good start. That's one of the biggest things that was happening in our country that I voted for him to stop.
And last year, the murder rate saw its single largest decline in recorded history. This is the biggest decline, think of it, in recorded history, the lowest number in over 125 years, year 1900. In fact, substantially before my wonderful father. I had a wonderful father, Fred, before he was born, substantially before he was born. That's a long time ago. He wouldn't like me to say that, but that's a long time ago. The Biden administration and its allies in Congress gave us the worst inflation in the history of our country. But in 12 months, my administration has driven core inflation down to the lowest level in more than 5 years. And in the last 3 months of 2025, it was down to 1.7%.
But he also needs to talk about the tariffs. And I mean, that was a major blow to everything that he's been working for the past year. A lot of the deals that he was making were based upon the tariffs. And then the Supreme Court took that away.
Gasoline, which reached a peak of over $6 a gallon in some states under my predecessor, it was quite honestly a disaster, is now below $2.30 a gallon in most states, and in some places, $1.99 a gallon. And when I visited the great state of Iowa just a few weeks ago, I even saw $1.85 a gallon for gasoline.
Pretty good. It was like $5 almost under Biden. Remember when we went to Wanamaker? It was like, how much is going to be? Like $4.60 a gallon or something?
Mortgage rates are the lowest in 4 years and falling fast.
I'll be back again.
And the annual cost of a typical new mortgage is down almost $5,000 just since I took office. 1 year. And low interest rates will solve the Biden-created housing problem well, at the same time protecting the values of those people who already own a house that really feel rich for the first time in their lives. We want to protect those values. We want to keep those values up. We're going to do both. And we are going to keep it that way. The stock market has set 53 all-time record highs since the election. Think of that, 1 year. Boosting pensions, 401ks, and retirement accounts for the millions and millions of Americans. They're all gaining. Everybody's up, way up. In 4 long years, the last administration got less than $1 trillion in new investment in the United States. And when I say less, substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe.
Right, but a lot of that was based upon your tariff deals. And your tariff deals are now fucking done. So what's going to happen?
Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes. A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest.
Yeah, we're so hot we got Islamic terrorism going on everywhere.
There's Islamic terrorism going on everywhere?
They are literally giving Qurans to kids in Texas high schools now.
The factories, plants, and laboratories are being built. We have added 70,000 new construction jobs in just a very short period of time. It's getting bigger and bigger and stronger. Nobody can believe what they're watching. American oil production is up by more than 600,000 barrels a day, and we just received from our new friend and partner, Venezuela, more than 80 million barrels of oil.
I'm not seeing anything about that attack. Can you
American
post in the side
natural gas
chat?
production is at an all-time high because I kept my promise to drill, baby, drill.
How's it going, Leo? Is
More
your mic
Americans
dead?
are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more
Okay,
working
cool.
today.
Okay.
And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
That's a pretty big deal. Because anyone could just like add more jobs to the government thing and be like, oh, look how many jobs I created. It's hard to create.
We
private
ended
sector jobs.
DEI in America.
And that's big too. Sorry, Leo.
It's still going on everywhere, though.
Yeah, they're still doing it. At
We cut a
bunch of
record
places.
number of job-killing regulations, and in 1 year, we have lifted 2.4 million
Diversity is
Americans,
our
a
strength.
record off of food stamps. And for all of these reasons, I say tonight, members of Congress, the state of our union is strong. Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used to winning in our country. Until you came along, we're just always losing, but now we're winning too much. And I say, no, 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 you're going to win again. You're going to win big. You're going to win bigger than ever. And to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
Yeah, and the girls' team didn't show up. They were invited too, apparently.
They were also insulted by Trump in one call to the guys' team.
They were what?
Trump made a joke that came off real crass about how we're going to have to invite the women too because they won as well. And they were like, well, fuck you then.
Ah. Man, Washington, D.C. is such a strange place. You guys have never been. I highly recommend you go at some point.
I hear the pizza's good.
I heard the beef jerky is fantastic.
Oh,
You got to get it. You got to keep it in your freezer though, for some reason, and walk it
Go
over.
ahead. They just-
hope you don't have to feed it.
Not for long.
No.
Oh, they got the widow feelings, ho.
That's the first time I've ever seen them get up. And actually, not all of them did get up. But they beat a fantastic Canadian team in overtime, as everybody saw, as did the American women who will soon be coming to the White House.
Oh, they are coming. I mean, seriously, like if I won some kind of thing on my team and they invited my team to the White House and some fucking liberal fuck on my team was like, we can't go because it's Trump, I would be like, fuck you forever. Like, fuck you right now. Fuck you tomorrow. Fuck you next week. Fuck you in a month. Fuck you next year. Fuck you in a decade. Fuck you in a century. Fuck you like forever. No, we're going.
They were in the Oval Office before.
Like, what are you talking about?
And I just want to say a second very big congratulations to Team USA. But I have to say that, and I told them this, and we took a vote of the team. I said, anybody votes no, I'm not doing it. So they stood there, and they weren't about to say no, because I'd never seen a goaltender play as well as goalie Connor Hellebuck.
I forgot how much grandstanding these things are.
Yeah.
Like half of what it is just fluff. Like give us something. substantial. It also makes me upset that literally every single person in that room makes more money than me
Think of it, 46 shots on goal, and I asked him,
and doesn't really have a
the
job.
one shot, the one where you put your stick in the back and it hit the neck of your stick and bounced off. You practiced that, or was that a little lucky? He refused to answer that question. But I just want to tell you that the members of this great hockey squad will be very happy to hear, based on their vote and my vote, and in this case, my vote was more important, that I will soon be presenting Connor with our highest civilian honor, which we will be given and which has been given to many athletes over the years. But when I say many, not too many, like 12, it's called the highest civilian honor in our country, the Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Nice. That's pretty badass. Is he Russian? Like originally, you know?
I'm not sure. I know this is the first time the men's hockey team has won the gold medal in like 40-something years, I think is what it is. Miracle on Ice is the last time.
Great athletes have gotten that, very great, the best. And I thought he deserved it. And I did take a vote, every single one of them. I said, I'm not giving it if anybody goes no. And every single one of them rapidly put up their hand. So I want to thank you. What a special job you did. What special champions you are. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I got to keep checking on my chicken's almost done, and I haven't eaten dinner yet. So we're going to try to do both those things while we're watching this, if that's okay.
I'm also pleased to say that the next time the Olympic torch is lit, it will be here in America for the 2028 Olympics, and it's the summer version right in Los Angeles. We're going to do a good job in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I'm with Lead on Steel. I don't give a shit who the like. If
And
Biden
Los
invited me
Angeles
to
is
the,
going
to
to
the
be
White
safe,
House,
just like Washington, D.C. is now one of the safest cities in the country.
if Biden invited me to the White House, I'm going to the White House. You know what I mean? Like if Hillary Clinton was the president,
And this year, and I must say I got them both.
might
I got
hesitate.
them in the first term, and I was disappointed because
You
I
might not
didn't
leave
think I'd
alive.
be the president when this happened. But strange things took place. And now I've got them because I got the Olympics and I got the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And I wanted to claim the 250th, but I didn't get away with that one. I couldn't claim that one for myself. But we're getting the World Cup. So we have the World Cup and the Olympics coming. And that is exciting news.
Yeah, those are both pretty big events, and they bring a lot of money to whatever country, like whatever country hosts the Olympics or the World Cup.
So this will be
That's
a
a
year
lot of
to
international people that come
celebrate our
in.
country and the heroes who have kept it free. Men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II, serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
XBO Man says, I did vote for Trump. The job market is not going well. A lot of people are getting laid off right now. I did vote for Trump for the jobs. Well, I mean, we did talk about this before he got in office. Is like his plan was kind of going to make things kind of squeeze at first and then be better later. So we're still, I feel like we're still going through the squeeze, especially since they got the tariff thing reversed. A lot of the things that he was counting on to turn our economy around the basis for those deals.
So,
have
buddy,
fell
you're a
through.
brave
So,
man,
I don't
and
know
we
how that's gonna
salute
go.
you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas. One of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one? As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission, a young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
Damn.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate. And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you. And I'd like to have the military
yeah.
aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aid, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together, we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history, and our Republican majorities delivered so beautifully. Thank you, Republicans.
Good luck, Mr. Let on Steel. Godspeed.
All Democrats, every single one of them, voted against these really important and very necessary massive tax cuts. They wanted large-scale tax increases to hurt the people instead. But we held strong, and with the great, big, beautiful bill, we gave you no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors.
Kind of. Not exactly. Couldn't actually do no tax on tips. I don't know how the rest of those things work, but I bet it's probably
And we
similar.
also made interest on auto loans tax deductible the first time, but only if the car is made in America.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
2 words.
Recently in Pennsylvania, I met Megan Hemhauser, a devoted mom who's homeschools her children, beautiful, 2 children, during the day while waiting tables at night as her husband works overtime operating very heavy equipment. Megan is here this evening and she's happy to tell you that she is so much richer because with no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and our expanded child tax credit done again by Republicans, Megan and her husband will take home more than $5,000 extra just for the year, cutting her tax bill in more than half.
I will say I did not see that on my tax return this year.
Megan, please stand up. We're fighting for you, Megan. Thank you, Megan.
I have. Apparently, I
Megan.
overpaid for last
We're
year, so I'll be
fighting
getting
for you,
that back.
Megan. Under our bill, parents like Megan can also activate their children's brand new Trump accounts. And I didn't name it. I did not name it. I did not name that. Nobody believes me, but I did not name it. It was named by a very tall man sitting right there in the 3rd row. Nice man, a good man. Tax-free investment accounts for every American child. This is something that's so special and has taken off and gone through the roof. Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children. They're great people. You know, I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school and I made computers and I'd sell them to people. And I just kept selling and selling and selling. And pretty amazing story. That's called the American dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. But I really thank him and Susan, as well as others like Brad Gerstner, a very tremendous guy. He was behind it right from the beginning. Brad Gerstner. Thank you, Brad.
Thanks, Brad. What the fuck's going on in the country? Let's talk about Mexico.
So with modest additional contributions, these young people's accounts could grow to over $100,000 or more by the time they turn 18. Think of it. How much money is that for somebody that started with nothing? Over 100,000, could be much more than that. To make this investment in our children's future, go to trumpaccounts.gov, trumpaccounts.gov. And a lot of people are doing it. It's setting every record in the book. It's popular. They knew what it was going to take. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the people that got it started. And now it's just taken off. One of the primary reasons for our country's stunning economic turnaround, the biggest in history, where the Dow Jones broke 50,000 4 years ahead of schedule, and the S&P hit 7,000, where it wasn't supposed to do it for many years, were tariffs. I used these tariffs, took in hundreds of billions of dollars to make great deals for our country, both economically and on a national security basis. Everything was working well. Countries that were ripping us off for decades are now paying us hundreds of billions of dollars. They were ripping us so badly, you all know that. Everybody knows it. Even the Democrats know it. They just don't want to say it. And yet these countries are now happy, and so are we. We made deals. The deals are all done. And they're happy. They're not making money like they used to, but we're making a lot of money. There was no inflation, tremendous growth. And the big story was how Donald Trump called the economy correctly, and 22 Nobel Prize winners in economics didn't. They got it totally wrong. They got it really wrong. And then just 4 days ago, an unfortunate ruling from the United States Supreme Court. It just came down. It came down. Very unfortunate ruling. But the good news is that almost all countries and corporations want to keep the deal that they already made, right, Scott? Knowing that the legal power that I, as president, have to make a new deal could be far worse for them, and therefore they will continue to work along the same successful path that we had negotiated before the Supreme Court's unfortunate involvement. So despite the disappointing ruling, these powerful country saving, it's saving our country, the kind of money we're taking in. Peace protecting. Many of the wars I settled was because of the threat of tariffs. I wouldn't have been able to settle them without. Will remain in place under fully approved and tested alternative legal statutes. And they have been tested for a long time. They're a little more complex, but they're actually probably better, leading to a solution that will be even stronger than before. Congressional action will not be necessary. It's already time-tested and approved. And as time goes by, I believe the tariffs paid for by foreign countries will, like in the past, substantially replace the modern-day system of income tax, taking a great financial burden off the people that I love. Right?
I mean, I agree with that.
Moving forward, factories, jobs, investment, and trillions of dollars will continue pouring into the United States of America because we finally have a president who puts America first. I put America first. I love America.
I want to hear about the Epstein files. I want to hear about arrests.
For decades before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the
I want to hear about
people
Iran and
who
Mexico.
make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New scam, open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical family $34,000 in just a speck of time. Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters suddenly used the word affordability, a word. They just used it. Somebody gave it to them, knowing full well that they caused and created the increased prices that all of our citizens had to endure. You caused that problem. You caused that problem. They knew their statements were a lie. They knew it. They knew their statements were a dirty, rotten lie. Their policies created the high prices. Our policies are rapidly ending them. We are doing really well. Those prices are plummeting downward.
Need the price of steak to go down too. Ridiculous.
The price of eggs is down 60%, Madam Secretary. Thank you. The cost of chicken, butter, fruit, hotels, automobiles, rent is lower today than when I took office by a lot. And even beef, which was very high, is starting to come down significantly. Just hold on a little while.
You just said that.
And soon you will see numbers that few people would think were possible to achieve just a short time ago. Nobody can believe when they see the kind of numbers, and especially energy, when they see energy going down to numbers like that, they cannot believe it. It's like another big tax cut. I'm also confronting one of the biggest ripoffs of our times, the crushing cost of health care caused by you. Since the passage of the Unaffordable Care Act, sometimes referred to as Obamacare, big insurance companies have gotten rich. It was meant for the insurance companies, not for the people. With our government giving them hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars a year as their stock prices soared 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, and even 1,700%, like nothing else. That's why I introduced the great healthcare plan. I want to stop all payments to big insurance companies and instead give that money directly to the people so they can buy their own health care, which will be better health care at a much lower cost.
I mean, sure, but they got to fucking do something, bro. Because the way things work is ridiculous.
In addition, my plan requires maximum price transparency. That's a big deal. Sounds so simple, so big. And I did that in my first term, and the Democrats immediately terminated it with full knowledge that they were doing a very bad thing for the people. Costs were going to go way up, and that's what happened. And now I'm bringing them way down on healthcare and everything else. I'm also ending the wildly inflated cost of prescription drugs like has never happened before.
I mean, that's always kind of been a problem with like African countries pay, you know,
Other presidents
5 cents
tried
on the
to do
dollar
it,
for the same drug that
but
we
they
pay.
never could. They tried. Most didn't try, actually. But they tried. They said they tried. They couldn't do it. They didn't even come close. They were all talk and no action. But I got it done. Under my just enacted most favored nation agreements, Americans who have for decades paid by far the highest prices of any nation anywhere in the world for prescription drugs will now pay the lowest price anywhere in the world for drugs. Anywhere, the lowest price.
Who's most favorite nation right now?
So in my first year of the second term, should be my third term, but strange things happen. I took prescription drugs, a very big part of healthcare, from the highest price in the entire world to the lowest.
Dems are going to go crazy about that
The
statement.
result is price differences of 300, 400, 500, 600% and more, all available right now at a new website called TrumpRx.gov. And I didn't name that one either, by the way.
Yeah, dude.
And here tonight is the very first customer ever to get that big discount, and it is big, Catherine Rayner. For 5 years, she and her husband have struggled with infertility, and they turned to IVF. One drug has been costing Catherine $4,000 to purchase. But a few weeks ago, she logged onto the Trump RX website and got that same drug that cost $4,000, got it for under $500, a reduction of much more, actually, than $3,500. Catherine, we are all praying for you, and you're going to be a great mom.
Does that mean Trump got her pregnant?
No, it means the fertility
Possible.
drugs, dude.
Like, kind of.
By fertility drugs, yeah. By proxy, you know.
So now
That
I'm
poor old
calling on
guy
Congress
getting
to
up as everyone was sitting
codify
down.
my most favored nation program into law. Now, the one thing I'm not sure it matters because it's going to be very hard for somebody that comes along after me to say, let's raise drug prices by 700 or 800%. But John and Mike, if you don't mind, codify it anyway. They may do it. Codify it anyway. Thank you. Many Americans are also concerned that Energy demand from AI data centers could unfairly drive up their electric utility bills. Tonight, I'm pleased to
And video
announce
card
that I have
costs.
negotiated the new ratepayer protection pledge. You know what that is? We're telling the major tech companies that they have the obligation to provide for their own power needs. They can build their own power plants as part of their factory so that no one's prices will go up. And in many cases, prices of electricity will go down for the community and very substantially down. This is a unique strategy never used in this country before. We have an old grid. It could never handle the kind of numbers, the amount of electricity that's needed. So I'm
1.21
telling them
gigawatts.
they can build their own plant. They're going to produce their own electricity. It will ensure the company's ability to get electricity while at the same time lowering prices of electricity for you, and could be very substantial for all of you cities and towns. You're going to see some good things happen over the next number of years. Another pillar of the American dream that has been under attack is home ownership.
Yep.
With us tonight is Rachel Wiggins, a mom of two from Houston. She placed bids on 20 homes and lost all of those bids to gigantic investment firms that bypassed inspection, paid all cash, and turned those houses into rentals, stealing away her American dream. She was devastated. Stories like this are why last month I signed executive order to ban large Wall Street investment firms from buying up in the thousands single-family homes.
Good. Fan-fucking-tastic. Now ban foreign nationals from buying houses too.
And now I'm asking Congress to make that ban permanent, because homes for people, really, that's what we want. We want homes for people, not for corporations. Corporations are doing just fine. Rachel, thank you very much. Good luck with your home. You'll get one soon.
Going back to the data center thing, we also need to have them do their own water supplies to those places, because they're literally eating
We're
up our
also
fresh water
working
like
to
crazy.
make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. Since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot of money.
Really?
We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. To remedy this gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country, access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year. As we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market, let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
He's speaking my language right now. Why isn't everyone standing up?
Because all the multimillionaires that profit off insider trading hate it.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it.
Some.
I can't believe it. Did Nancy Pelosi stand up if she was here? Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
The man is a comedian. No, I'm dying.
I wasn't sure if anybody even on this side was going to applaud for that. I'm very impressed. Thank you. I'm very impressed. But when it comes to the corruption that is plundering, it's plundering America, there's been no more stunning example than Minnesota, where members of the Somali community have pillaged an estimated $19 billion from the American taxpayer. Oh, we have all the information. And in actuality, the number is much higher than that. And California, Massachusetts, Maine, and many other states are even worse.
Ohio,
This is the kind of
Pennsylvania.
corruption that shreds the fabric of a nation. And
I wonder how much Colorado has.
So tonight, although
Depends on how many Somalis
started
are in your
4 months
state.
ago, I am officially announcing the war
Not just
on
Somalis.
fraud to be led by our great Vice President J.D. Vance.
JD's asking to start here with Ohio, and out of the corruption, here's what it is on both sides of the aisle.
I mean, you'll know a Somali when you see one. So
The
I
forehead.
don't think I've seen any. Yeah,
They got the giant big
light bulb head. Yeah.
I don't think this
We'll get it done. Find enough of that fraud. We will actually have a balanced budget overnight. It'll go very quickly. That's the kind of money you're talking about. We'll balance our budget.
I think we have about $1 trillion
Somali
of fraud per year in
pirates
this
who
country.
ransacked Minnesota.
Oh, it's a lot more than that.
Just that there are large parts of the world and lawlessness are the norm, not the exception. Importing these cultures through unrestricted immigration and open borders brings those problems right here to the USA.
Mm-hmm.
And it is the American people who pay the price in higher medical bills, car insurance rates, rent, taxes, and perhaps most importantly, crime. We will take care of this problem. We're going to take care of this problem. We are not.
Yeah, like how many people have had
Delilah.
someone affected? I mean, I think anything from like murdered or whatever to like got in a car accident with an illegal immigrant who didn't have insurance. So many of us have been affected by it, dude.
That's what happened with all those Haitians here.
Was only 5 years old in June 2024 when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at 60 miles an hour or more.
Bro, I saw
The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said
You do the same thing in
would
Colorado,
never be
too,
able
by
to
the way.
walk or talk.
And
Here
Illinois.
in Ohio as well.
She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now
At least our governor
in the
went to
first
jail
grade
for it,
learning to
so.
walk. And she's here this evening.
Our
with her
Republican
dad,
governor.
Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
he can't stand up. Oh. It's like, the lady got in a car accident. Don't make her stand. That's cute. From 150
Thank
to
you,
600. That's crazy.
Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not speak English and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
Hell yeah, dude.
How about ban driver's licenses to any foreign national that can't speak English?
Oh, you'll get a CDL.
And yesterday, as you probably saw at the White House, I hosted a ceremony with Americans who lost their treasured loved ones to the scourge of illegal immigration. People came into our country, how we allowed this to happen with our open borders. These are the angel moms and families that for decades our government betrayed and our media totally ignored. Totally ignored. It
true.
was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times. Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished the brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Dude, my brother was talking about how ICE is like the Nazis because they're going around and rounding people up. And I didn't say it at the time because it didn't occur to me. But the thing that the major difference, and can anyone spot the difference between ICE and the Nazis when they were rounding people up?
Thank you much,
We'll just say the Nazis weren't deporting them.
We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some criminal anywhere in the world.
That's the scary thing about
the only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border
will be undone.
right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you.
All it takes is one fucking Democrat president to undo so many of these things. And it's easier to destroy than it is to build.
As we speak, Democrats in this chamber
we're seeing the exact same shit at the state level with all these Democrats who are stealing office through voter fraud. They're taking governorships and they're destroying 4 or 5 years worth of work in 3 weeks or less.
The first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight, I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because of the Democrats. Nice. You cleaned it up, but you gave no money. Nobody's getting paid. It's a shame. So you have to think about it. We have, in case you didn't know, a pretty large snowstorm out there. One of the great things about the State of the Union is how it gives Americans the chance to see clearly what their representatives really believe. So tonight, I'm inviting every legislature to join with my administration in reaffirming a fundamental principle. If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
I mean, honestly, it's a losing issue for the Democrats. But there's some people who are just so brainwashed by what's going on that, they literally can't stand, because if they did, they'd be a traitor. Blood on Steel says they deported them to the next life. Yeah, I guess. Jesus, dude. Yeah, I forgot how much grandstanding this is.
Yep.
Like, seriously, dude. Look how fat that one is. Right there. Look at this one. Holy cow.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials
Shut up,
who
bitch.
block the removal of criminal aliens. in many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country. They're blocking the
Whoever's yelling in the
removal of
background.
these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, who's that yelling the whole fucking time? Pick that cunt out. Pick that bitch the fuck out. Why did they turn the camera on? I wanted to see who fucking was talking.
And perhaps most importantly, I'm asking you to approve the Save America Act.
Dude, Democrats will not vote for that shit. Because if
Stop
that passes,
illegal aliens and others
so much of their power is gone next election.
In our sacred American.
Well, that's why they're giving all these illegals driver's licenses and stuff like that. And that's exactly why we need to take them away. That's exactly why there needs to be scrutiny of every driver's license issued in the last 5 years is what it is.
Voter ID.
Yeah, and it should be voter ID. It should be in-person voting. There should be paper
All
ballot.
voters must show.
Why do we have computers counting anything?
Citizenship in order to vote.
Like, does it make it faster? No. Does it make it more accurate? No. Do people trust it more? No. Does it cost more?
And
yes.
No more crooked mail-in ballots except for illness, disability, military, or travel. None.
Yeah, that's the way it should be.
And this should be an easy one. And by the way, it's polling at 89%, including Democrats. 89%. And even the new communist mayor of New York City, I think he's a nice guy, actually. Speaks to him a lot. Policy, but nice guy. Just said they want people to shovel snow. They got hit hard. Wants them to shovel snow, but if you apply for that job, you need to show 2 original forms of ID and a Social Security card. Yet they don't want identification for the greatest privilege of them all, voting in America. No, it's no good.
It's because 95% of Mom Donnie's entire voter base is a bunch of foreign nationals.
Overwhelmingly agree on the policy that we just enunciated. And Congress should unite and enact this common sense, country-saving legislation right now, and it should be before anything else happens.
Yeah, we're down with that. Now do the Epstein list.
The reason they don't want to do it, why would anybody not want voter ID? One reason, because they want to cheat. There's only one reason. They make up all
dude, there's no other fucking reason in the world.
It's racist. They come up with things you almost say, what imagination they have. They want to cheat. They have cheated, and their policy is so bad that the only way they can get elected is to cheat. And we're going to stop it. We have to stop it, John.
That's 100% true. They have been cheating. And the only reason that you would want to have no voter ID is so that you could cheat more.
And here is one more opportunity to show common sense in government. In the gallery tonight are Sage Blair and her mother, Michelle. In 2021, Sage was 14 when school officials in Virginia sought to socially transition her to a new gender, treating her as a boy and hiding it from her parents. Hard to believe, isn't it? Before long, a confused Sage ran away from home after she was found in a horrific situation in Maryland. A left-wing judge refused to return Sage to her parents because they did not immediately state that their daughter was their son. Sage was thrown into an all-boys state home and suffered terribly for a long time. But today, all of that is behind them because Sage is a proud and wonderful young woman with a full ride scholarship to Liberty University. Sage and Michelle, please stand up.
It's like, thanks for calling me out for that. I don't really want to be on camera. That's fucking, damn it. All right, can I sit back down now? You can see it on her face.
Yeah. Erica Kirk is in the row below them.
And thank you for your great bravery. And who can believe that we're even speaking about things like this? 15 years ago, if somebody was up here and said that, they'd say, what's wrong with him? But now we have to say it because it's going on all over numerous states without even telling the parents. But surely we can all agree no state can be allowed to rip children from their parents' arms and transition them to a new gender against the parents' will. Who would believe that we're even talking about this? We must ban it, and we must ban it immediately. Look, nobody stands up. These people are crazy. I'm telling you, they're crazy. Amazing. Incredible. Boy, oh boy. We're lucky we have a country. With people like this, Democrats are destroying our country, but we've stopped it just in the nick of time, didn't we? Huh? No one cares more about protecting America's youth than our wonderful First Lady, now a movie star. She's a movie star.
Talking this whole time? Like, kick that bitch.
Who would have believed that? Over the past year, she has had an incredible impact championing AI legislation, advancing a landmark executive order on foster care, and helping secure $30 million to launch the Melania Trump Foster Youth to Independence Initiative. It's a tremendous, really a tremendous thing that happened and had a lot of bipartisan support. She gets much better bipartisan support than I do. I get none. She gets a lot. Someday you're going to have to tell me how you did that. And students and educators in every state have joined the First Lady's efforts in the presidential AI challenge, keeping America's next generation positioned to succeed and strongly succeed in the future. Tonight, we welcome two young people whose lives reflect the First Lady's impact, Sierra Burns and Everest Nevermont. Thank you both, and Melania, thank you. I know how hard you worked on it. Thank you very much.
All right, blah, blah, blah. More fluff. Although there's a huge problem in this country of foster care children who live in foster homes who, the day they turn 18, they get kicked out of their house that they live in. They're given a trash bag to put their shit in. And then they live on the street. And most of them end up as drug addicts.
I'm very proud to say that during my time in office, both the first 4 years and in particular this last year, there has been a tremendous renewal in religion, faith, Christianity, and belief in God. Tremendous renewal.
Yeah. And a lot of that's because of Charlie Kirk. And the people who aren't standing right now are the ones who cheered when he fucking got shot.
Yep.
This is especially true among young people. And a big part of that had to do with my great friend, Charlie Kirk. A great guy. Great guy.
Yeah. Honda's been hitting on all the points before Trump even said tonight. Did you write this speech?
So last year, Charlie was violently murdered by an assassin and martyred, really martyred for his beliefs.
Well, yeah,
his wonderful wife, Erica, is with us tonight. Erica, please stand.
What are they chanting?
Charlie, Charlie.
Oh, okay, okay.
Thank you, Eric. Been through a lot. In Charlie's memory, we must all come together to reaffirm that America is one nation under God, and we must totally reject political violence of any kind.
And reject Islam.
Yeah. Oh, they stand for that. Okay, yeah, sure. Because you have to pretend like you're fucking against the political violence that you keep calling for.
We love religion, and we love bringing it back, and it's coming back at levels that nobody actually thought possible. It's really a beautiful thing to see. Above all, unleashing America's promise requires keeping our communities safe. We have made incredible strides, yet dangerous repeat offenders continue to be released by pro-crime Democrat politicians again and again. We are honored to be joined tonight by a woman who's been through hell, Anya Zarutska. In 2022, she and her beautiful daughter, so beautiful, what a beautiful young woman, Irina, fled war-torn Ukraine to live with relatives near Charlotte, North Carolina. And by the way, what's going on with Charlotte? Last summer, 23-year-old Irina was riding home on the train when a deranged monster who had been arrested over a dozen times and was released through no cash bail stood up and viciously slashed a knife through her neck and body.
Yeah.
No one will ever forget. There were people on that train. No one will ever forget the expression of terror on Irina's face as she looked up at her attacker in the last seconds of her life. She died instantly. She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zarutska, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina. How do you not stand? How do you not stand? I'm asking this Congress to pass tough legislation to ensure that violent and dangerous repeat offenders are put behind bars, and importantly, that they stay there.
You think it's Rashida Tlaib making all the noise?
Probably. Either there.
Starting last summer, I deployed our National Guard and federal law enforcement to restore law and order to our most dangerous cities, including Memphis, Tennessee, big success, New Orleans, Louisiana, big success, and our nation's capital itself, Washington, D.C., where we have almost no crime anymore in Washington, D.C. How did that happen? In fact, crime in Washington is now at the lowest level ever recorded, and murders in D.C. this January were down close to 100% from a year ago.
How could you be against that? I mean, I guess because he sent in the military.
One of the sick people, one of the brave service members who helped achieve this stunning turnaround was 20-year-old West Virginia Army National Guard Specialist Sarah Beckstrom. After a 4-month deployment, she voluntarily extended her service, and her rank was going to be lifted. She was doing so well. They were so proud of her. But the very next day, she was on patrol near the White House when she was ambushed and shot in the head by a terrorist monster from Afghanistan. Shouldn't have been in our country.
Remember that?
And all because she wore the uniform of our nation. She was shot. He traveled here because he didn't like people.
How many of those are in our
uniform.
country right now?
He was sick and deranged.
There's at least 1,000 Al Qaeda right now in sleeper
Sarah
cells across
Beckstrom
this
died
nation.
in order to defend our capital, and we are honored to be joined by her wonderful parents, Gary and Evalie. Your daughter was a true American patriot, and she will be greatly missed. She was a great person. I saw reports on her. They've never seen anything like it.
And how many cartel members? And how many, like, foreign gang members, you know?
There's enough that if they wanted to do an October 7th attack,
if you're the president of Venezuela, right, like, of course you're going to be like, oh, empty the prison. Of course. Send them to America, right? Now we don't have to pay for them. Now they're not our problem. Thank you, America, for opening the border. There's 10,000 criminals.
So sorry.
And the criminals are like, fuck yeah, I'm getting out of jail. I'm going to America.
A great young lady. I saw reports that were like, perfect. She was perfect.
You're yawning tonight.
Serving alongside Sarah that day was Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf. The terrorist shot Andrew in the head, and no one thought he could possibly make it. The two of them, Sarah and Andrew, both shot violently in the head. Neither was expected to make it. They weren't even given a chance, except his wonderful mother, named Melody, who I spoke to the same night. And she was so positive. The doctors thought that Andrew was gone. But his mother said, no, Mr. President, Andrew will be fine. He's going to make it. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, he was given almost no chance. She said, I have no doubt, sir, he's going to be okay. This was a conversation that I had with her that night, with her son laying helplessly in bed, blood all over. Everybody is praying, she said, sir, he will be okay. The doctors didn't understand what she was saying. And after looking at the results of the damage done, neither did I. She was so strong and conclusive that even Andrew's great father felt she didn't really understand the gravity of the situation. But she turned out to be right. Right, Melody? She turned out to be right.
Is that the guy? Gotta be.
Yep.
He got a horrible scar on his head.
That's probably why he's wearing a hat.
Right.
God damn. That's pretty amazing. You get shot in the head and just be like wearing a suit with a hat at the fucking State of the Union.
Amazing, actually.
That's pretty amazing.
Where does this woman come from? She's the most positive person I've ever met. With God's help, Andrew has battled back from the edge of death, and we're talking about the edge of death, on his way to a miraculous recovery. He's got a little work to do, but he's doing great. Nice to see you. He's a good-looking guy. Nice to see you. Thanks, Andrew. Thank you very much.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Right.
I kind of want to know who this big dude is next to him there.
That black woman who is like next to him looks so disapproved.
So, Andrew, while you're up, now I'm going to ask a highly respected General James Seward to present Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf and the great family of Sarah Beckstrom with the award created by our late, great President George Washington himself. It's called the Purple Heart.
Nice.
Damn, we got a Purple Heart right then.
Yeah. That must be the father or something, or family.
Oh, that would make
Uncle.
sense. It's her parents. Yeah.
I thought the lady next to him was his mom.
Yeah, the other people would be the parents of the dead chick that was killed by the
of
terrorist.
the.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Beckham or whatever her name was.
No
Beckham.
shit. No shit. That sucks.
We love you all. Love you. We're proudly restoring safety for Americans at home, and we are also restoring security for Americans abroad. Our country has never been stronger. My first 10 months, I ended 8 wars, including Cambodia. Isn't it funny?
There's a war in Cambodia?
6 people. Cambodia and Thailand. Pakistan and India would have been a nuclear war. 35 million people said the prime minister of Pakistan would have died if it were not for my involvement. Kosovo and Serbia, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, Armenia and Azerbaijan, the Congo and Rwanda, and of course the war in Gaza, which proceeds at a very low level. It's just about there. And I want to thank Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner for your help. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Jared.
Yeah, I got something in my eye too. And we're not going back, buddy. You didn't miss the list, I'll say that.
And I also want to thank the man they report to, Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Thank you, Marco.
Who do you think is going to be the next president? Marco Rubio or J.D. Vance?
People like you. You know, Marco got 100% of the
Probably
votes
Vance.
when he was in conference.
Rubio still got some time.
54%.
I think Rubio still
Some
got
of the
some time.
Democrats are now saying, I can't believe we approved that guy. And he said it's an honor that they feel that way, right, Marco? You have done a great job, great Secretary of State. I think he'll go down as the best ever.
He might make vice president.
Yeah.
Under the ceasefire,
That's
I
a no for you,
negotiated
Ohio?
every single hostage, both living and dead.
Rubio's done enough shady
has
shit when
been
he was a U.S.
returned
senator that
home.
he
Can
really
you
shouldn't
believe
be
that?
in a position like that.
Nobody thought it was possible. Nobody thought that was possible. Both living and dead. And those parents who had a dead son, their boy, they'd always tell me their boy, they wanted him as much as though he were living. It was an amazing period of time. They came back, and when we got all of the living hostages back, and many, many before them, but I always said those last 20 are going to be very tough, but we got many, many more, hundreds. But I said those last 20 are going to be tough. We got them back, but we only got back 14 or 15 of the dead of the 28. And believe it or not, Hamas worked along with Israel, and they dug and they dug and they dug. It's a tough thing to do, going through bodies all over, passing up 100 bodies sometimes for each one that they found. Tough job. And they finally got it back to 27. And then Steve and Jared, they got it back to 28. They found all 28. Nobody thought that was possible, but we did it. And I remember the family of the 28th. They were so grieved, but they were so happy as it's possible to be. They had their boy back. The mother said, "Sir, we have our boy back." What a period of time that was, but we got them all back. So thank you both very much. Great job.
Colin says, look at Fetterman standing up and clapping with the Republicans unlike the rest of the Dems. I pointed out that, or if I can see it, I'll point it out.
And we're working very hard to end the 9th war, the killing and slaughter between Russia and Ukraine, where 25,000 soldiers are dying each and every month. Think of that, 25,000 soldiers are dying a month. A war which would have never happened if I were president, would have never happened. As president, I will make peace wherever I can, but I will never hesitate to confront threats to America wherever we must. That's why in a breakthrough operation last year, the United States military obliterated Iran's nuclear weapons program with an attack on Iranian soil known as Operation Midnight Hammer.
I mean, that was the one that everyone thought was going to turn into war. They just dropped like a couple bombs on a mountain.
Good.
And said, Bob's your uncle.
For decades, it had been the policy of the United States never to allow Iran to obtain a nuclear weapon. Many decades. Since they seized control of that proud nation 47 years ago, the regime and its murderous proxies have spread nothing but terrorism and death and hate. They've killed and maimed thousands of American service members and hundreds of thousands and even millions of people with what's called roadside bombs. They were the kings of the roadside bomb. And we took out Soleimani. I did that during my first term. Had a huge impact. He was the father of the roadside bomb.
Yeah, my channel did get nuked the other day. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah, I seen the live stream.
And just over the last couple of months with the protests, they've killed at least, it looks like 32,000 protests. 32,000 protesters
I heard
in their
50.
own country.
I heard 50,000 people.
They shot them and hung them. We stopped them from hanging a lot of them with the threat of serious violence. But this is some terrible people. They've already developed missiles that can threaten Europe and our bases overseas, and they're working to build missiles that will soon reach the United States of America. After Midnight Hammer, they were warned to make no future attempts to rebuild their weapons program, and in particular, nuclear weapons. Yet they continue starting it all over. We wiped it out, and they want to start all over again. And are at this moment, again, pursuing their sinister ambitions. We are in negotiations with them. They want to make a deal, but we haven't heard those secret words. We will never have a nuclear weapon. My preference.
Yep, better than standing again. Oh, there are them standing for that, I suppose.
My preference is to solve this problem through diplomacy. But one thing is certain, I will never allow the world's #1 sponsor of terror, which they are by far, to have a nuclear weapon. Can't let that happen.
Don't you think they probably already have one?
Given how many of them are already in United Kingdom countries and other European countries, they pretty much have.
No nation should ever
nukes.
doubt America's resolve. We have the most
How many
powerful
nukes is Russia
military
missing?
on earth. I rebuilt the
answer's not
military
zero.
in my first term. We're going to continue to do so. Also, we just approved a $1 trillion budget. We have no choice. We have to be strong because hopefully we will seldom have to use this great power that we built together. It's really called peace through strength, and it's been very, very effective.
I mean, it generally works. You're like, hey, don't fuck with that guy because he could destroy your entire house. And yeah, I guess I'm not going to fuck with that guy. It does work.
Thanks to Republican in Congress, we're investing that record number of
Especially when they're like kidnapping
dollars.
Maduro
Have
and
no
shit.
choice in the United States Armed Forces. Also creating a lot of jobs, but we're not even doing it for that reason. Because as I said, we have more jobs, more people working today than ever before in the history of our country. And NATO countries are friends and allies. They are. They're our friends and they're our allies. Have just agreed at my very strong request to pay 5% of GDP for military defense rather than the 2%, which they weren't paying. We were paying for almost all of NATO. Now they're paying 5 as opposed to not paying 2. And getting that 5% was something which everyone said would never be done, could not happen. We got it really easily with one meeting. And
Think we should get out of
difference
NATO?
between 2% that's not paid.
Yes.
We were paying,
Yep.
afraid of many of them. Very few were paid up. Now 5%, then they're paid. And everything we send over to Ukraine is sent through NATO, and they pay us in full. They pay us totally in full. Every branch of our armed forces is setting records for recruitment. This is so exciting. And every service member recently. And every service member recently received a warrior dividend of $1,776.
That's kind of cool. Hey, I got a bonus. How much? 17.
You know, they put it on my desk. We got the money from tariffs and other things. A lot of money we have. We have much more money than people understand.
Does he have to pay the tariff money back?
Program a little bit, but it won't take long.
Yeah.
But we got the money, and it was $1,775, and they wanted my approval. And I said, "What's the number?" $1,775. I said, "Wait a minute. For $1 more, we can have $1,776. It's going to." I said, "We're going to figure that." I never asked anybody if we could afford it. $1 more. I said $1,776, and I said, "That's good." And I'll tell you what, our military. That was 4 months ago. Our military. I never see a person in the military that doesn't thank me for it. So we're honored to do it. They deserve it. And we call it 1776. It was great. And we love our military. We love our law enforcement.
Better.
We love our firemen. You know, the firemen don't get mentioned enough. We love our firemen. We're also restoring American security and dominance in the Western Hemisphere, acting to secure our national interests and defend our country from violence, drugs, terrorism, and foreign interference. For years, large swaths of territory in our region, including large parts of Mexico, really large parts of Mexico, have been controlled by murderous drug cartels. That's why I designated these cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, and I declared illicit fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. And with our new military campaign, we have stopped record amounts of drugs coming into our country and virtually stopped it completely coming in by water or sea. You probably noticed that. We very seriously damaged their fishing industry also. Nobody wants to go fishing anymore. We've also taken down one of the most sinister cartel kingpins of all. You saw that yesterday. In January.
Wait, did he say we took him down?
In January, elite American warriors carried out one of the most complex, spectacular feats of military competence and power in world history. No one's seen anything like it. Foreign leaders, I won't tell you who, called me and they said, very impressive, very impressive. They couldn't believe, they all watched. They saw what happened. This is a different fighting force that we had years ago when we fought to tie. No, it's a great fighting force. I'm so proud of it. Look at Space Force. Space Force is my baby. We did that. My baby. It's becoming so important.
Aliens.
Yeah, I want to hear the alien thing.
Right.
Disclosure now.
I very much doubt he's going to mention the aliens tonight.
America's armed forces overwhelmed all defenses and utterly defeated an enemy, good fighters, to end the reign of outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro and bring him to face American justice.
And we have defeated our enemies in South America, but also in thanks to Space Force.
And this was an absolutely colossal victory for the security of the United States. And it also opens up a bright new beginning for the people of Venezuela. We're working closely with the new president of Venezuela. Delcy Rodriguez, extraordinary economic gains. Both of our countries to bring new hope to those who have suffered so terribly.
Yeah, Maduro's
They
underling.
really did suffer. With us tonight is Alejandro Gonzalez. She grew up in a tight-knit Venezuelan family and was especially close to her beloved uncle Enrique. But after Enrique
Iglesias?
ran for office and opposed Maduro, he was kidnapped by Maduro's security forces and thrown into the regime's really infamous prison in Caracas. Alejandro feared she would never see her uncle again. She feared for her own life also. But since the raid, we have worked with the new leadership, and they have ordered the closure of that vile prison and released hundreds of political prisoners.
I just threw my boot against the wall. That's it.
With more to come. Alejandro, I'm pleased to inform you that not only has your uncle been released, but he is here tonight. We brought him over to celebrate his freedom with you in person. Enrique, please come down.
Was it the first time they've seen each other? Jesus Christ. Are they going to make out?
Well, I mean, he was kidnapped for a long time. So.
I haven't seen a woman. My niece is good enough.
Have a good time. Nice to have you back, Enrique.
Jeez.
There were many heroes on that January raid to capture Maduro. Really great heroes.
They should have had some intro music playing.
Dangerous. They knew
so they opened the doors.
They were all set. But the deeds of one warrior that night will live forever in the eternal chronicles of military valor. Chief Warrant Officer 5, Eric Slover, planned the mission and was the flight lead in the cockpit of the first helicopter. A big, beautiful, powerful helicopter. It was a massive Chinook carrying, as you can imagine, many, many American warfighters. Wearing the dog tags, his wife Amy had blessed with holy water before he left. She knew it was going to be a rough one. Eric steered the Chinook under the cover of night and descended swiftly upon Maduro's heavily protected military fortress. This was a major military installation.
TJ.
Protected by thousands of soldiers and guarded by Russian and Chinese military technology. How did that work out? Not too good.
TJ Maxx.
While preparing to land, enemy machine guns fired from every angle, and Eric was hit very badly in the leg and hip. One bullet after
Thomas
another.
Jefferson.
He absorbed 4 agonizing shots, shredding his leg into
Tom
numerous
Jones.
pieces. And yet, despite the fact
version.
that the use of his legs was vital to successful helicopter flight, legs are the most important part of flying a
I want to
helicopter.
fucking hear the shit about the
to
shit.
deliver the many
Not about all the
commandos who would
fucking
capture
fluff.
and detain Maduro was the only thing
There's a lot of fluff right
Eric
now.
was thinking about. Then, even as he was gushing blood, which was flowing back down the aisle, helicopter lands at a steep angle. The machine gun stood right in front of him. They were right in front of him, 2 machine gunners who escaped the wrath of the previous planes. Eric maneuvered his helicopter with all of those lives and souls to face the enemy and let his gunners eliminate the threat. Turned the helicopter around so the gunners could take care of business, saving the lives of his fellow warriors from what could have been a catastrophic crash deep in enemy territory. Only after safely landing the helicopter with all the warriors aboard,
when all of those
in the exact right spot, which was vital to the mission,
Somalians
probably would have had maybe
protect
canceled the mission.
our
if that
troops
didn't
when they
happen.
crashed.
Eric told his co-pilot, also wounded, but not as gravely, to take over. I'm about ready to pass out. The success of the entire mission and the lives of his fellow warriors hinge on Eric's ability to take searing pain. It was Unbelievable what's happened to his legs. Of the bullets, and keep on flying and landing, and people knew what was happening. Everybody in the back of the helicopter knew because they saw the blood pouring down the aisle. Chief Warrant Officer Slover is still recovering from his serious wounds, but I'm thrilled to say that he is here tonight with his wife, Amy, Eric, and Amy. Come on in.
We don't even
Wait, so is he going to walk?
What's up?
John Cena.
Is he going to walk?
Dun, 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 dun.
He's standing. He's got a walker.
Yeah, make the guy who got shot walk
Medal
in.
of Honor.
Don't give him a
They're
chair.
about to give him the Medal of Honor.
Make him walk.
Yeah, they're gonna give him something.
Also,
Can you turn the camera around? Shit.
The feed
there
I'm
you go.
watching on the
Oh,
TV, he's holding the Medal of Honor behind him. They're about to give him the Medal of Honor. Can y'all hear me all right? Because it's real
Yeah,
loud for
yeah,
some
yeah, we
reason
can hear you.
on StreamYard.
So we have a surprise for Eric and Amy. In recognition of Eric's actions above and beyond the call of duty, I would now like to ask General Jonathan Braga to present Chief Warrant Officer Slover with our nation's highest military award, the Congressional Medal of Honor.
And I got to meet the president again.
I went to the White House again.
This time they was at this sort of meeting where everyone kept clapping and clapping, and I didn't know what they were clapping about.
Y'all are going to hell. You know that, right?
Yeah, not before all the Islam.
He does look like Superman, kind of, doesn't he? Like his face.
Yeah.
He's like Clark Kent without the glasses and wearing a military uniform.
He has a chiseled face.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a T-1000, honestly.
Extra points for looks maxing while in uniform.
Oh, damn, they got him in a fucking leg brace, too. And they made him walk in? Maybe that's why. He's like getting up and sitting down.
Well, thank you very much, Eric
Right.
and Amy.
Because like that's all they
Great to
fucking
get
do.
to know you.
They,
I met
they keep
with them and with a lot
standing
of their
and
fellow
sitting
warriors at Fort Bragg
standing.
recently. You notice the name Fort Bragg. We have it back. We brought it back. We won the First World War with it, the Second World War with it, and then they decided to
And
change the
clapping.
name. So we changed it back. Everybody wanted to change back too.
I do a pretty good
And
Forrest
10 of
Gump.
Eric's fellow warriors from that incredible
Kinda, you're
night
gonna
of victory
squander
will also
away
be
our
receiving medals at a
endorsements.
private ceremony that will soon be held at the White House, and Eric will be there. Thank you.
But all I wanted to do was sit down again. But they wouldn't let me.
There goes another one of our sponsors.
Thank you, Eric. That's a big one.
No more
Tonight we've
Fiji water.
celebrated many truly extraordinary American patriots,
I'm
but
sorry,
there
everybody.
is one last living legend to honor before we go. He is one more heroic American aviator, Navy fighter pilot. Royce Williams
more
served in
shadow
World War
legends.
II, Korea, Vietnam,
Oh,
flying
it's
more
the guy
than
who couldn't get up in time.
220
I
missions.
bet it's the old guy.
In the skies over Korea in 1952, Royce was in the dogfight of a lifetime, legendary dogfight. Flying through blizzard conditions, his squadron was ambushed by 7 Soviet fighter planes. It was his first aerial combat of the war, and despite being massively outnumbered and outgunned, Royce led the takedown of 4 enemy jets and almost destroyed the others, vanquishing his adversaries while taking 263 bullets to his own plane and being seriously hurt. His story was secret for over 50 years. He didn't even want to tell his wife, but the legend grew and grew. But
apparently
tonight,
there's
at
a TikTok
100
saying that
years
there
old,
was
this brave Navy captain is finally getting the
Rashida.
recognition he deserves. He was a legend long before this evening. Royce, please stand up, and I will ask the First Lady of the United States to present Captain Royce Williams with his Congressional Medal of Honor.
It's amazing he can stand at his age with the pair of balls he's got on. Those giant fucking brass ones.
Hey, and I got to meet the First Lady again.
So he took down 4 Soviet fighter jets.
Dude, what's up with this guy? He's just like, I'm a chode and I have to stand here emotionless.
Yeah, basically.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't the tomb of the unknown soldier. I think he can clap.
I think he's the one that gave him the medal. So he's got
Melania. Well, I mean, maybe he gave the medal to Melania to give to him.
Yeah, he handed it off to the First Lady.
Yeah. That's how the soldier was standing at my uncle's funeral on Saturday the whole time. Just stood still.
He just stood like that?
Yep.
Yeah, that guy's on duty.
Are they just like what do they think in their head? I'm just gonna turn off my brain for a while. Like I'm playing like Tetris, or something. Like the screensaver. He got that medal because he's still alive. Let's be honest.
Well, it's because it was classified for like 50 years and no one's gave him the medal yet. So.
Right. If you're that old and you're just now getting the medal, it's because you're that old.
Well,
like, yeah, you were at some battle. Cool. Here's a medal for that because you're 59 million years old.
Most of them that get the Medal of Honor, it's after they're dead.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because most of them that get a Medal of Honor did something that got them killed.
Well, yeah, but a lot of them, some of them don't get it until after they're dead years later.
Well, I mean, that's a huge number of the people who got the Medal of Honor. They don't get it; their wife gets it.
Thank you, Royce, and thank you, Eric. I've always wanted the Congressional Medal of Honor, but I was informed I'm not allowed to give it to myself, and I wouldn't know why I'd be taking it. If they ever open up that law, I will be there with
everybody
you
off, bro. Little things like that.
But that's our highest honor.
It'll be the next clip for the next week or two.
It's an honor to be in the same room with you. Thank you both.
But they won't let me.
Thank you.
All right, is this over? For the love of Jesus.
Yeah, they gave the Medal of Honor to some Vietnam guy, like in decades after he died.
250 years is a long time in the life of a nation, but in another sense, it's really a mere moment in the eye of history. Two of the gentlemen we met in the gallery this evening took their first breaths 1 century ago, 100 years before that, on July 4th, 1826, the author of the Declaration of Independence, brilliant, Thomas Jefferson, drew his last breath. Just a single long human lifespan separates the giants.
You just said Thomas Jefferson earlier.
Won our independence from the heroes who stand among us.
Well, I mean, it's my cousin's name, but
everything our nation has done, everything we have achieved, has been the work of those few great lifetimes.
Yeah, okay.
In those brief chapters, Americans built this nation from 13 humble colonies into the pinnacle of human civilization and human freedom, the strongest, wealthiest, most powerful, most successful nation in all of history. Americans ventured out across the daunting and dangerous continent. We carved paths through an unforgiving wilderness, settled a boundless frontier, and tamed the beautiful but very, very dangerous
this is the wrap-up speech.
Wild West. From empty marshes and wide open plains, we raised up the world's greatest cities. Together, we mastered the world's mightiest industries, and shattered history's monstrous tyrannies. And we liberated millions from the chains of fascism, communism.
Yeah, we never heard anything about Epstein.
Americans lifted humanity into the skies on the wings of aluminum and steel.
Or UFO.
And then we launched mankind into the stars on rockets powered by sheer
we kind of got
American
an answer about
will
the tariffs.
and unyielding American pride. We wired the globe with our ingenuity. We captivated the planet with American culture. And now we are pioneering the next great American breakthroughs that will change the entire world. All of this and so much more is the enduring legacy, unmatched glory of the hardworking patriots who built and defended this country and who still carry the hopes and freedoms on all of humanity's backs. For years, they were forgotten, betrayed, and cast aside. But that great betrayal.
All right, we're done. We're going to do this instead, which is look at my Twitter. Yeah. We'll do a little gay frog chat here at the end. Just go through a couple of things. ICE agents in Denver and Colorado will get up to a $1,000 fine and close to a year in jail if this law passes, this law being the ICE mask ban. But questions still remain about enforcement. It's like, how the fuck do you fucking retarded ass fucking retards think that your stupid fucking retarded state law is going to trump anything that the federal government wants to do? Good luck with that.
It didn't stop them in California.
Yeah, and it won't stop them here. Just a quick question for my Patriot friends. I trust you will get the correct answer. Why are there no women accusing Barack Obama of sexual assault? Anybody?
Because he doesn't like women.
Yeah. The rumor is he likes boys.
Low-hanging banana.
Did you? I saw that clip of Biden in the primary when he ran against Obama the first time, before Obama got elected, and he was talking shit. He brought up he said some shit about Barack. He said people in the community need to get there's no shame in getting tested for HIV, and he said some shit about Obama. It's like an inside joke.
Getting a taste test for HIV? Because that's what I heard.
Oh, he said some shit about people in the community. There's no shame in getting tested for HIV. Oh. And he said some shit about Barack Obama got tested for HIV.
Okay.
It's like some kind
of taste test. Like that. How do you taste HIV?
Okay, watch this. This is in Brazil. These are Brazilian fucking drug fucking smuggler dudes.
Is that AI or did that really fucking happen?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Grunt, did that really happen?
That's hilarious either way.
Updated footage storm. They shot the heavens and were immediately answered. I don't know, dude. I'm not sure. Breaking clip going viral this morning of Donald Trump wandering away toward the end of the event at the White House. He clutches the podium for support, oddly walks toward a locked door as everyone awkwardly remains seated. And I'm like, oh, this video proves it. I don't see anything what he just talked about. None of that was awkward. Whatever. Angel family seen crying as military choir sings Amazing Grace in honor of Americans killed by criminal illegal aliens. Democrats cause this pain and continue to fight for the very criminals who slay innocent Americans. We're not the same. Man, that's sad.
Yeah, we're not demons.
If you want to see widespread drug cartel violence in the U.S., you should stop interfering with ICE. Because here's widespread cartel drug violence on the other side of the border. This is in Cancun, Mexico.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
wait.
Mexico's...
That was doing the Summer of Love. Okay, wait. Wrong footage.
Mexico's kind of acting like they might need to get... we might need to straighten some of their shit out for them.
Yep.
Canada, too. Did you talk about the damn thing Canada was saying that they're going to let any foreigner that has prior military service become a permanent legal Canadian resident as long as they join the Canadian Armed Forces?
Don't we already do that?
I was asking if you talked about that.
No, don't we already do that though?
I think it's fast track.
Don't we already offer? And the answer is yes, by the way. We already, and for years, have been like, oh, you're from Guatemala and you'd like to have citizenship? Well, tell you what, join the Marines for the next, we'll make it 8 years for you because you're from Guatemala. And when you're done with your 8-year tour, you can come back and be a U.S. citizen with all of the VA benefits and everything else that you get. You can go to school and all the things that we give to veterans, and you're a citizen now. You don't know that?
Yeah. The program is called Operation Get Behind Darky.
You still have to pass all the normal citizenship tests and the vetting and all that.
Sure, but
it's just that we only let in so many people, and so that lets a few more in.
And also, France does it.
This, they have to be green card holders that speak English.
Right. France does it too. Yeah.
3-year-old Madison Ann Hines was murdered by an illegal alien driving reckless without a license who crashed into her. Democrats are not marching in the streets in protest.
Of course they're not, because she was white.
Buyer of Epstein's baby-making New Mexico ranch revealed as authorities investigate possible dead girls buried nearby. So they revealed who bought it. If you actually look at this article, but who cares? I mean, I don't think that it's about the guy who bought it, because he's like, yeah, come on the property, look for these dead bitches and find them. And it's called Zorro Ranch in New Mexico, by the way. Protests and walkouts pose dilemmas for Colorado parents and schools. And I said, yeah, here is the dilemma. If they allow my son to participate in one of these protests without my consent, then I will be contacting a lawyer. It's pretty fucking simple if then, right? I'm surprised more schools haven't been sued over this.
Yeah, they can't guarantee the child's safety. They're supposed to be responsible for them.
Right.
You got to sign paperwork to take them on a fucking field trip.
Right. To take them off campus during school hours, you were supposed to sign like safety and like waivers and all kinds of stuff, dude. Well, I mean, not all kinds of stuff, but usually you have to at least sign something. So
there was one here the other day near Columbus where a bunch of kids walked out and they walked right into a Kroger grocery store, went to the beer aisle and started chucking beer cans at random customers.
See?
Oh, I heard about that.
And like the school's responsible for that because the school was technically in charge, or what would be the word? I don't know. But they were like looking out for those kids when that happened. Those kids are not adults. If you put them in a position where they're going to do stuff that's wrong, I mean, yeah, the kids should get in trouble for doing it, but also the school should get in trouble for like not controlling the kids. Did you see this one? 13-year-old Sullivan Clark got slashed and was nearly killed this weekend in Daytona Beach. Jermaine, however the fuck you say that name.
Jermaine
Long has 8 prior arrests released 4 days before the attack. So he's been arrested 8 times. What are these arrests for? Oh, hold on.
We need to bring back 3 strike laws for violent offenses, I think.
We need to bring back on the spot death penalties.
Well, the kid wasn't even doing anything to him. He was just walking along, and the black guy was like, "Ooh, a white kid. I'm going to slash his throat." And thank God, like the kid just happened to like look up at something. He like Donald Trumped his way out of fucking dying. Actually, I've seen like interviews with this kid's mom. He's actually pretty fucking hilarious. Like the kid's fucking, you can tell he's like the class clown or something. You know what I mean? Like he's fucking funny.
Yeah, he was trying not to lose street cred the other day.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, fucking. Regardless, racist attack, and you will not hear about this on the national media. And a lot of people are saying you don't even hear about it in like local Florida media. You know, it's just not a story that people are hearing.
It's getting to the point where white people need to start wearing like medieval armor just in normal day clothing.
Here's another one. I'm begging
Chainmail.
I'm begging you. I have 4 kids. Harrowing final words of female Uber driver, 38, who pleaded with passenger released on recognizance to spare her life before fatally shot her in the head during robbery.
And this is why these activist judges need to be put away with the criminals.
We need to do something about their immunity, because there's like gross criminal negligence going on with the sentencing and the fucking releasing them under their own recognizance and shit.
Well, it's like that one the other day was a black female judge. She let this dude was supposed to be getting 20 years. She gave him 6 months because he was a black guy.
Is that the one that said it was because he was black too?
I believe he had raped a therapist or something and then murdered her. I think that's what the story was for that one.
And then
she said she was doing it because he was black.
Yeah. And we have this one 5 days ago. Well, I mean, I guess from the 18th. So this is, like 12 days ago now, whatever. Alexander Lamar Banks Jr. was arrested in Michigan after he reportedly ran down a white family with his car, killing the couple's 3-year-old daughter. Court documents on the incident describe how Banks then got out of the car with a shotgun and shot the parents. He also brutally assaulted a 72-year-old woman who showed up on the scene. The mother and father are currently in the hospital in stable condition. The 72-year-old woman is currently in critical condition because he beat her in the fucking head with a shotgun until police showed up. Why did he do that? It appears because it was a white family who was walking their daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we have another one. Woman, 25, charged with murder after kidnapping baby with 2 men, setting the baby on fire, and leaving him to die on Louisiana railroad tracks. Turns out there's more to this story, but again, another example. Plus, so I guess the deal was that she was supposed to kidnap, she's friends with the mom or something, and she was just supposed to kidnap this kid, but then they kidnapped the kid and fucking tortured him and then lit him on fire and murdered him or something. I don't know what the exact story is. Somehow the mother of the child was involved with this woman, and it's more complicated than the other stories are. The other stories are random. This one's not so much that, but I was surprised by the brutal violence of it, of lighting a fucking toddler on fire and leaving him on train tracks to die. Bro. We have more trans violence. Father in Torrance, California received call from his frightened daughter claiming that someone was trying to break into the house. When he arrived, he discovered deranged man wearing a dress trying to enter his home. And this isn't a case of actually anyone getting hurt, so it won't make any kind of news, but it's another example of trans people doing crazy shit, bro. And what if he had gotten in? What if he did have a gun? Just insanity. California approves bill to purchase burned Palisade land Palisade lands for affordable housing. So it turns out the conspiracy theorists were correct, and that if you had a blue roof, it saved your house, but everyone else's house who burned down and didn't get a permit to rebuild it, Well, now that land is being bought up and rezoned so that they can build high-rise apartment buildings for low-income housing.
Yep.
Exactly what they fucking said. I wonder what's going to happen with that land in Hawaii, too. Remember the Hawaii fires?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I talked about this on Matt's chat, I think. Here's a coffee shop uses AI to track productivity of baristas and show how much time customers are spending in the shop. The NeuroSpot barista staff control and customer monitoring video analytics module, that's a fucking mouthful, are tools designed to enhance the efficiency. So they do this at my work too. They've got cameras everywhere that track which people are where and what time they get there. Are they late? Are they on time? They track your movement. So if you stand in one place for too long, they'll get an alert that says like, oh, Honda's just been standing there for 15 minutes. And then you have to like, I don't know, like so many instances of that, you get flagged and they start looking at you on the cameras and writing you up for stuff or something. I don't know. I haven't seen that yet. But the idea is that they can see who's stealing. Like if you're not ringing things in, they have like computer control to the cash register to see what you're ringing in and like visually see what products you're giving to the person to see if that matches. Like here it's showing the productivity of each barista, like how many drinks they're making, how many they've made per hour or something. I don't know what the deal is exactly, but yeah, dude.
Seems kind of dystopian.
It is. Well, it's all invented by fucking Amazon, right? Because Amazon has their giant factories where they have 1 million people doing 1 million things. And you could very easily be a person who's just like skating along, you know, not doing shit. And so they had to find a way to like catch the people who were skating along. And they came up with this AI fucking computer tracking system that shows movement and shows, you know, like how many orders are you fulfilling? Are you, you know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff.
So having cameras in the restaurant for like liability and theft and shit, that's one thing. But this is that's pretty far right there. That's pretty fucked up, I think.
Well, they're gonna have it in more than restaurants, dude. It's gonna be everywhere. Yeah. It's if it already isn't just about everywhere.
That's why they're building all those data centers, is Palantir and shit like that, so they can do spying stuff. That's what I don't know if you guys saw the Ring doorbell camera Super Bowl ad, but it was them talking about search party feature on there, and it's literally a way to do mass surveillance around neighborhoods.
You have the loudest keyboard. Is your mic right next to your keyboard?
Yeah.
It's connected, so the vibrations go up to the microphone so you can hear it really good.
It's amazing.
I'm trying to get a news atmosphere type of thing. Like typewriter in the back. Typewriter in the back of the news reporting going on.
Teletype machine going off too.
Right.
Oh, I like this. Check this out. Official art for Star Wars Celebration Japan 2025.
I can't even care about Star Wars anymore. I used to be a huge Star Wars nerd. I don't give a fuck about any of it anymore.
To some extent, I agree with you, but look at that Darth Vader. That's fucking badass.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Like, if they could make Star Wars like that, where it's like a fucking kung fu movie with lightsabers. They could even do the thing where their mouth doesn't match the words because they're wearing a mask. You can't even see their mouth. Anyway. ASMR keyboard stream. All right, well, I think that's about all the stories that I had. I just wanted to go through a couple of things after the chat there. Do you guys have any thoughts on anything that Trump covered? It is funny how I kept saying the things that Trump was going to say. And it happened like 4 times.
Yeah, he needs to do a lot more than he's doing right now. I was having this conversation with Corey the other day. If Trump was smart, he would do QRF teams across this country to take care of Islamic terror cells.
There's a million things that need to get done and not a million time. So, yeah, shit needs to like get the fuck done. And he's not doing it. And part of it is that he's not doing it. But another part of it is that he's trying to get people to do things and they're not doing it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He needs to get rid of Pam Bondi and get somebody else in there.
Yes.
Literally just going to mention Pam Bondi's name at the top of that list.
Honestly, I'd prefer that he just stop talking shit about Tom Massey and just make Tom Massey AG at this point, honestly.
Well, then he'd have to step down from Congress.
It would be worth it, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, but he'd have to agree to it.
Yeah.
So if you won't talk shit, all right, I'll give you the job at AG. I mean, that would be a badass move right there.
We definitely need somebody in there. I don't care who it is at this point, honestly.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, if the Epstein files have taught us anything, and I've been saying this shit for years, but now it's like kind of provable, is that our government and our entire fucking way of life, at its core, at its deepest level, at the richest part of it, at the people who actually control things level, are fucking satanic pedophiles, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And they always have been. And now it's pretty much provable. I mean, it's not like, I don't know. Like, you couldn't point to like a fucking, oh, here's the email that proves that. But if you look at all of the evidence, you know, kind of like look back at the forest and not worry about the individual tree in front of you, but see the forest for what it is, you can see what it is. And that's exactly what it is. And that's what it's always fucking been, dude. And if us holding up that system so that your mom and dad or your aunt and uncle or yourself and your wife can continue to live in the relative comfort and ease that you have been accustomed to, then you deserve the chains that you're going to end up in. We need to flip the table. I think that it is provable that there are people that need to be investigated and arrested, that if those people are not investigated and arrested, we need to have protests in the street from our side, right? Not from their side. Actual real protests from our side saying, we voted for this. We voted for these Epstein files to be released. We wanted to know the information, not so that we could know it, but so that we could take action on it and get these people out of our midst. Midst. Sorry, I said that word wrong. And if they don't do that, and they continue the system how it is, you know where it ends up. In a globalist, one world government system where human beings and individual rights are secondary, if not tertiary, to the actual goals of the system. And if the system benefits by grinding you up and torturing your kids, it's going to grind you up and torture your kids. And no one's going to bat an eye, and no one's going to care. We're going to live under a technocratic system with technology controlling us from cradle to grave. When we're at our job, they're monitoring where we're going and how much productivity we're having so that we can justify our position. It's going to be on all levels, from all angles, if we let it. And we're letting it. Why? Because it's comfortable. Because my 401k. Because my home price. Because the Dow Jones Industrial price is higher than it's ever been. Because my Bitcoin, right? All of these things. And all of it should be sold down the river immediately to get these people, if that's what it costs. We can get that shit back. You can work and get back to the top. You can build stuff again. Just because a dam breaks doesn't mean that you can't fucking find some new blocks and mortar and start building a dam again. You know? Our ancestors did it. We have way more advantage in technology, and, you know, like, us doing it would be easy compared to them, but we're just so fucking lazy we don't even want to do that. It's time to flip the board. Trump's not getting stuff done fast enough, in my opinion. He's getting some stuff done, and there are strides in the right direction, but there's this glaring fucking elephant in the room that Trump's not talking about. And as long as he's not going to talk about that elephant in the room, And as long as he's not going to address it and confront it and tackle it head on, then we don't have a future. Not one I want to be part of. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. Anybody got anything else before we go?
No, that's it.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point right now where I'm probably gonna try and get enough stuff together to start introducing legislation here to state level to abolish state government, because Ohio government is so corrupt right now. It needs to be complete abolishment and start fresh.
Did y'all hear how bad the Boeing space capsule shit? I forget. It's called like the Starliner. That's what it was. Did y'all hear that shit that came out from NASA, the NASA dude, about how bad they fucked that shit up?
Nope.
Oh, he did like a press conference about it, but you remember they were stuck on the ISS for like months and months, but they're supposed to be up there for like a 3 or 4 day weekend or some shit, basically.
Yeah.
But they ended up spending like 6 months up there. Well, apparently they almost didn't make it to the space station because their thrusters are all fucked up, and there's a whole bunch of shit about it where the systems were broken in all the tests, and it should have never had people on it at that point because they hadn't figured out what was wrong with it, and then they put people on it anyway, and it's fucked up, and it very nearly cost them their lives, the lives of those astronauts. And there should probably be people in Boeing and at NASA at the time that should probably be in prison for it. But yeah, that was under the Biden administration at NASA. But Boeing's pretty fucked up now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, look who it was.
Yep, told you it was a lot of money.
Murderers all over, criminal aliens, in many cases, drug lords, murderers all over.
Shut your fucking dirty Somali whore face, you fucking brother sleeping with cunt. You fucking inbred fucking goddamn piece of shit. Fuck that bitch, dude. They need to find a reason to deport her. They need to find a reason, and there's plenty. There's plenty of reasons to get rid of that bitch.
Immigration fraud.
If Trump was actually smart, he would have just said, we're going to do UFO disclosure right now, and just had some random military guy walk down there and rip off her fucking hot Jeep and show she was a fucking alien.
It would have been cool if they were like, okay, we're doing the State of the Union address, and it was just like 90 minutes of UFO disclosure. That would have been fucking awesome, but no.
Or like the infamous Saddam press conference. Yeah. We call out members of the government.
You and you stand up. You're under arrest.
Damn.
All right, y'all. Well, it's been over 2 hours this time. It's time to say goodbye and good night. I appreciate everyone for being here. It's funny how many people are here right now versus when we were actually watching the fucking State of the Union. We dropped down to like 9 viewers at one point because no one gives a shit. Because there's a bunch of grandstanding. There's a bunch of people clapping. They were standing, and they were sitting, and they were clapping, and I thought it would never end. Yeah, that's
no, it's because they're tuned in to watch the State of the Union, and they didn't realize you were doing a show. That's how I found the show.
No, you started early, like an hour earlier. Man.
Well, yeah, because Trump was on. Yeah. All right. Well, good night. Good fare thee well. Good luck. All the things. Truba to Shabba Nabba to pressure. Batakath care. Prick the troops. I fucked that all up. It's all good though. Good night.